Shavua Tov and Shana Tova. It's the beginning of a new week and the beginning of the very last days of this Hebrew year as we look forward to Wednesday night welcoming a new Jewish year. If everybody will pick up their prayer book, I want you to feel how heavy the prayer book is. It's helpful. This is our heavy prayer book. Now, flip all the way. This is a fun activity. Flip all the way to the back so that only the right side is heavy. Right? And then just go back 20 pages if you want. You don't have to. This is how the prayer book will feel at Ne'ilah, at the very end of Yom Kippur. And not only is this our big Machzor, our big Yom Kippur prayer book, and not only will we have in 24 hours gone through all the under 670 some odd pages that are here, but we'll have also used a whole different prayer book for Rosh Hashanah. So 2 of these. In the next 2 weeks, we will achieve praying through 2 of these books. And where we are tonight is we're on page 1. We're actually not even on page 1. We're on like the Roman numerals. The pages that tell us that we're about to start this journey together. And we begin that journey by dressing our Torahs in their High Holy Day white coverings. We begin that journey by dressing ourselves spiritually, by focusing on how we want to spend these hundreds of pages and minutes and weeks together so that we can start our new year in the best way possible. And so we thank you all for being here tonight, for helping us to start this journey. And just like we know that there's an end to the prayer book, for those who join us at Ne'ilah, which is one of my favorite moments of Yom Kippur and really of the year, Ne'ilah ends with Havdalah, with that Havdalah set in this space. We dim the lights like we have tonight, and we'll close out this period of reflection and introspection and renewal with the very same words that we just shared. So I hope that you'll be there to close the book just as you've been here to open the book. And we started a tradition last year that we're going to continue, although slightly differently. We're sort of mixing a number of traditions together. It used to be that when we go to change our Torah covers, this sort of magical chaos happens, as someone described it, that everybody comes forward and we bring the Torahs out and we'll put them on this table, and everybody finds a way to make sure that all the Torahs get their appropriate covers. Last year we started inviting our recent B'nai Mitzvah students to help us, since they helped to carry Torah this year and they helped to teach and read Torah. They should also be ones who get to set our Torahs up for our High Holy Days. So it's an honor to have a number of our B'nai Mitzvah families here tonight: the France family, the Kalal family, the Schwab family, the Lemmerman family, and the Schmid family. Did I leave anybody out? Is anybody here that? No, I didn't hear their name. Good. So we're going to invite those families to come forward first and to find a Torah cover that you want to stand near. And then we're going to leave the rest up to the chaos, the beautiful chaos of the congregation. Anybody else who would like to come forward, once they are forward, is welcome to come forward and help us to change our Torah covers. We'll spend the next few minutes changing our covers, changing ourselves, turning, as the words say, Hashivenu, on page 127 if you want to see the words. But most importantly, getting ourselves ready for these weeks ahead. So please rise as we share the words of Hashivenu, and anybody else who'd like to come forward, you're welcome to come forward to help us change our Torah scrolls into their High Holy Day covers.
Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai.
Can return to your seats. Thank you for helping us. Continue page 82. Our God and God of all generations, may our prayers reach your presence. And when we turn to you, do not be indifferent. Adonai, we are arrogant and stubborn, claiming to be blameless and free of sin. In truth, we have stumbled and strayed. We have done wrong. On page 83. When I was young and I learned the alphabet, life was open to me. A was full of aspiration, B was for beauty, C for confidence, and D for dreams. And so on through the list, no fewer than 26. Opportunities, 26 possibilities. And yet I fear that with the passage of time, I've squandered them, creating instead A's of apathy, B's of brusqueness, C's of coarseness. Help me then to return to that innocence. Let the letters be letters once again, and let them rise to the heavens and form into the words that you know I wish to say. The words of Ashamnu, our acrostic, our vidui, our confession that we'll say many times throughout the High Holy Days. This is the first time we'll hear it this season.
Ay, 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 Ashamnu,
Ashamnu,
Bagadnu,
Agadnu,
Gazanu,
Kazalnu,
Dibarnu Dofi,
Dibarnu Dofi,
ay, 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 ay,
Shanu,
Zanu,
Zadnu,
Chamasnu,
Hamasnu,
Tafanu Shekir.
Tifanu Sheker.
Ay, 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 Yatznora,
Yatznura,
Kizavnu,
Kizahavnu,
Latznu,
Rahatznu,
Maranu,
Marahadu,
Niatznu,
Niahatznu,
Sararnu,
Saraharnu,
Avinu,
Avinu,
Hashanu,
Ashahanu,
Sararnu,
Saraharnu,
Kishinu Ore.
Ishinu Ore,
Ay, 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 Roshanu,
Ashanu,
Shichatnu,
Shichatnu,
Tiavnu,
Tianu,
Tainu,
Ainu,
Titanu.
Titanu. We turn to page 90. So we start to hear some of the words familiar to the season. The words of Hashamnu are some of those words, and so too the words of Al-Chet, our longer confession. We'll share just a few verses here and then the reading on page 91. Please respond in the English as I'll share the Hebrew. Al-Chet shachatanu lefanecha b'sinat chinam ve'al-Chet shachatanu lefanecha b'tum'at sfatayim. The ways we have wronged you by hating without cause, and harm we have caused in your world through offensive speech. Al-Chet shachatanu lefanecha bilshon hara ve'al-Chet shachatanu lefanecha b'tzarut ayin. The ways we have wronged you with a slanderous tongue, and harm we have caused in your world through a selfish or petty spirit. V'al kulam Eloha Selichot, salach lanu, machol lanu, kaper lanu. For all these failures of judgment and will, God of forgiveness, forgive us, pardon us, lead us to atonement. We sin against you when we hurt one another. For our failures of love, Adonai, we seek forgiveness. For exploiting another for our own pleasure. For the wounds we cause through betrayal and deception. For withholding affection from those we claim to love, and for using love to control our spouses and partners, our children and parents. For abandoning friends and siblings whose love has sustained us, and for neglecting those who love us when they need us most. For harboring in our relationships mistrust, boredom, and disloyalty, and for rejecting our partner's efforts at repair and renewal. For possessiveness, jealousy, and avarice, and for lashing out in anger at those who are closest to us.
Selichot ve'al kulam
Those are the words we'll hear many times throughout our holy days as we offer words that have been written for us in our Maksurim, our prayer books, words that are written intentionally in the plural, so that we can take ownership that somewhere among our people, these are the ways in which we have missed the mark. It's now time for us to make that a more personal we. And so if you'll take a moment now, we'll take a few moments of silence to fill out the blue cards that were so nicely passed out by our helpers. These are intended to be filled out anonymously, but they are also personal to us because we know that these words come from our congregation. And so on Yom Kippur, I'll bring these cards back into our sanctuary. And as we share the words, Al Chet Shachatanu Lefanecha, the ways that we have wronged you in the world, I'll then read the words that you put on these pages, knowing that we, Temple Israel, Jewish Akron, we, this community, we have come up with this list, and that these are our sins that we put before you that we hope to change in the year to come. So please add any that come to your mind that you particularly want to be a part of our congregation's request for forgiveness this year. We'll take a few moments to write. I'm going to ask our helpers to come back out. Can our two helpers come out? If everybody will pass their cards, no looking at each other's cards. Pass your cards to the middle of the sanctuary, and our helpers are going to come right down the middle aisle. Daphne and Allie. You'll come down the middle aisle, and you can collect the pencils and the blue cards. We'll continue as they're doing that on page 99. Will you hear my voice, you who are far from me? Will you hear my voice wherever you are? A voice calling aloud, a voice silently weeping, endlessly demanding a blessing. This busy world is vast, its ways are many. Paths meet for a moment and then part forever. We go on searching, but our feet stumble. We cannot find that which we have lost. Perhaps my last day is already drawing near. Drawing close are the tears of parting. I will wait for you till my days flicker out, like Rachel, waiting for her beloved. Page 98.
Shema Koleinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Chus v'rachem aleinu, v'kaber berachamim, uvratzon et tfilateinu, Hashiveinu, Adonai. Chadish yameinu kekedem Shema koleinu Adonai Eloheinu chus v'rachem aleinu Ratzon et tfilateinu, ki וקבל ברחמים וברצון את תפילתנו וברצון את תפילתנו וברצון את תפילתנו
On pages 102 and 103, we have a 12th century poem that's been turned into a prayer. It has an incredibly deep psychological message, reminder for us. It's a reminder that there are things in this world that are out of our control. And at Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, at this season, it's important that we remind ourselves that there are many things that have happened, that will happen, that happen not because we did something wrong or because we asked for them to happen, but simply because things happen. And so we are as a clay in a potter's hand, or we are as iron in a welder's hand, as the poem says. This is our reminder that there are those things out of our control, and we try to focus on those that are within our control. Pages 102 and 103.
ביד היוצר ברצותו מרחיב וברצותו מקצר כן אנחנו בידך חסד נוצר לברית הבית ואל תפן ליצר כי הנה כאבן ביד המצאתית ברצותו חס וברצותו מחטאת כן לברית הבית ואל תפן ליצר.
Consider the clay in the potter's hand, stretched and rolled as the artist desires. So are we in your hand, our loving protector.
Together.
Look to the covenant, not our imperfection. Consider the stone in the mason's hand, broken or kept whole as the stone cutter sees fit. So are we in your hand, creator of life and death. Look to the covenant, not our imperfection. Consider the iron in the welder's hand, held to the flame or removed at will. So are we in your hand, provider for the poor and afflicted. Look to the covenant, not our imperfection. Consider the helm in the seafarer's hand, steering or drifting as the sailor wills it. So are we in your hand, our God of goodness and forgiveness. Look to the covenant, not our imperfection. Consider the glass in the glazier's hand, rounded and melted as the artist desires. So are we in your hand, the one who pardons our errors and our wrongdoing. Look to the covenant, not our imperfection.
ברצותו חוגג וברצותו ממוגג כן אנחנו בידך מעביר זדון ושוגג לברית הבית ואל תפן ליצר
bottom of page 105. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum v'Chanun, Erech Apayim, v'Rav Chesed v'Emet, Notzer Chesed la'alafim, Nosei Avon v'Fesha, v'Chata'a v'Nakeh. Adonai, God, compassionate, gracious, endlessly patient, loving and true, showing mercy to the 1,000th generation, forgiving evil, defiance, and wrongdoing. We ask that you grant your pardon. As we rise now and turn to page 112 to hear the words of Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, ha'er lanu et derech hayenu. Avinu Malkeinu, illumine for us the path of our life. Avinu Malkeinu, how shall we find the strength to take the road less traveled by? How shall we come to know the purpose of our existence? How shall we learn not to live life in vain? How shall we get out of our indifference? How shall we distinguish between truth and falsehood? How shall we find the answers to our questions? How shall we gird ourselves with strength to seek answers? Avinu Malkeinu, be gracious to us, answer us, empower us, and give us courage, for the answers are both in you and with you.
Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu v'Yaneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu v'Yaneinu, Ki ein banu ma'asim, asim banu, tzedaka v'chesed, asim banu, tzedaka v'chesed, v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu v'Yaneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu v'Yaneinu, Ki ein banu ma'asim.
Please be seated. As we begin to conclude this evening, we turn to page 124. Again, feeling the heaviness of this book, the many, many words that have been written and offered to us as an opportunity to say what's right, to find a way during the High Holy Days for them to speak authentically to us and for the words that we say to authentically be offered. And yet, sometimes it's just something simple. Achat sha'alti, God, I just have one question. To dwell in this place all the days of my life, to behold divine sweetness and beauty, and to gaze and delight at this world around me. Achat sha'alti is our way of saying sometimes we can have all the words in the world and just need to ask one question. And so we begin to conclude by hearing these words, page 124, and we ask you to start to think about what's the one question this year that you need to offer.
Achat sha'alti mid Adonai, Achat sha'alti otav hakesh, Achat sha'alti mid Adonai, Achat sha'alti otav hakesh. Shivti, shivti, Adonai, Achad Sha'oti, Otakish.
On page 127, Yehi Ratzon Milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Shetchadesh Aleinu Shana Tova Umtuka. Our God and God of our ancestors, God of all generations, may your presence in our lives this new year renew our spirits and renew our strength. May it be a good year, and may it be a sweet year. We'll hear now the words of Yehi Ratzon, page 127 there, that I just shared as we invite David Kalish to our bima, as he will let us conclude with the words of the shofar. This is also a special way in which we conclude the service. David will share each of the notes of the shofar as Cantor Kathy will call them out to him after we conclude the song. And we will let the shofar be the last sound in this space before we exit. And so, as the shofar closes us out, we'll quietly make our way into the lobby. Once you're in the lobby, you can chit-chat and get back to our lives. Anybody who wants to stay in the space for a little bit is welcome to. But the shofar will be our conclusion, and in some ways that sound will stay here until we return to this space on Wednesday night to hear that sound again. Page 127, please rise.
Yehi Ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu. Yehi Ratzon milfanecha, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Shetchadesh Aleinu Shana Tova, Shetchadesh Aleinu Shana Tova, Shana Tova Umatuka. Yehi Ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu. Yehi Ratzon milfanecha, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Shetchadesh Aleinu Shana Tova, Shetchadesh Aleinu Shana Tova, Shana Tova Umatuka. Yehi Ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu. Yehi Ratzon milfanecha, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu. Renew our spirits, renew our strength. May it be a good year. May it be a sweet year. Tkiya. Shavarim, Trua, Tekiah Gadola,